The disastrous release of The Last of Us Part 2 changed the way a lot of people felt about The Last of Us franchise when they realized that Neil Druckmann and Naughty Dog were perfectly willing to piss off a fan base, to betray a fan base, as long as they got to push their own identity politics in said game. But that's the reason why a lot of people are very skeptical of what they might do in The Last of Us, seeing as how willing they were to tear down a character like Joel in the video game they've just released. What kind of damage could they do in this series? And even though they continue to say, well, you know, The Last of Us, it's the greatest story in gaming history, they continue to also, out of the other side of their mouth, talk about how they need to change it, the things that need to happen to make it better, to make it different. And that has a lot of people worried, especially when you hear them warning their stars to not play the game. That's a warning sign right there. When you tell somebody to not read the source material, to not watch the source material, to not play the source material, that's a big fucking problem, because it's a massive indicator that you are going to massively change it from where it originally was. And that's exactly what we have going on. This promotional video was released by The Last of Us account. And let's just listen to a line that's catching a lot of people here.
Can I have a gun?
Absolutely not.
I was advised not to play the game, but I just watched some of the gameplay there, secretly.
There it is. So you have Bella Ramsey, the actress who's playing Ellie, saying, I was advised not to play the game. I was told not to play the game. And it was so serious that I didn't play the game that I ended up having to go in secret and not tell anybody so I could actually watch a little bit of the gameplay. But that's how serious they were about having me not watch the game that my entire character and story is based off. Listen to that one more time.
I was advised not to play the game, but I just watched some of the gameplay there, secretly.
Secretly, I watched it. Now, of course, this isn't exactly new news. She talked about this a couple months ago. The Last of Us HBO star was told not to play the game. But now, of course, that it's out there in a big promotional video that's getting a lot of traction, everybody's seeing that and being like, wow, that's kind of weird, isn't it? Why would you tell your actress who's a lead role in this, why would you tell her not to play the game? What are you going to change that you're hoping that she won't realize? And here it is. I was actually encouraged not to play it, said Ramsey. After my first audition, they asked me, have you played it? And I said, nope. And they said, keep it that way. I did watch some of the gameplay on YouTube just to get a sense of it, but I'm so excited for it to come out. It was such a big part of my life. I shot for a whole year, which is quite long, and you've only lived 19 years old. And of course, the article will go on to mention, despite the fact that she's never played, it doesn't look like it will matter too much. The first trailer for The Last of Us perfectly captures the tone and vibe of the video game. Yeah, you know what? Trailers for The Last of Us Part 2 also had people very excited because, you know, they were lying to fans. They were misleading fans. They were deceiving fans, even using aged up trailers to make it seem like you're going on an adventure with Joel and Ellie, when in reality, they just murder Joel in the first hour so that the adventure you go on is with Ellie and Abby, not Ellie and Joel. So they've made it clear they have no problem deceiving a fan base. So why would this be any different at all? And especially when you look at some of the changes they're making, some of the things they've already done, whether you're talking about multiple race swaps of characters, whether you're talking about taking pre-existing characters and giving them disabilities because we need it to be more diverse. And they've talked multiple times about the changes that they just need to make to this. They even have a little line of that in this trailer.
When you're adapting something like a video game, changes have to be done smartly. We are telling more. There is so much in between.
When you're adapting a video game, the changes have to be done smartly. Yeah, it seems like you're doing a lot more than just a little tweaks here and there. If you're telling your actors and actresses not to watch the game. Same thing we saw with, John Cena's Peacemaker for James Gunn. Now, I know some people like that, but that had nothing to do with the character of Peacemaker. It was not even fucking close. That's the reason he didn't want him reading the books. That's why he didn't want him reading the source material, because what they were about to do was nothing related to that. And it looks like we're in the same exact situation here. And again, all these people, Craig Mazin, continue to say the greatest gaming story ever told. Well, it's interesting that you continue to need to change it. And also that clearly you don't think the games really matter that much. If you said that, well, when you're watching it on a screen, when death is in pixels, it really doesn't matter. Spoiler alert, This didn't actually kill anybody. This show didn't actually kill anybody. So that's just as real as a death in a video game is. I guess we'll see what happens when it comes to The Last of Us. If once again they've tricked a bunch of people through the promotional material into watching it when in reality they have no intentions on actually respecting the source material. Let me know in the comment section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.